Sound check, microphone check, audio check, video check, Ibra check, Habib check. All right, welcome to today's stream. In this video, we are starting the semi-final of a tournament that has been ongoing for the last 2 days, including today. Sunday, it did start Saturday morning at the Pentagon Bar, the town of Rochelle, the district of Kiruhura, about 200 kilometers west of Kampala in the country of Uganda. The protagonists are Ibrahim Sejemba, the guy on table, representing Roxbury Polo Club, taking on HABIB Sebogozi. According to his fashion, he's representing Akwi Fashions. They are racing to 7 for a place in the final to take on the winner of the next semi-final that shall be coming up between Joseph Kasozi and Hazard Lokoma. Once again, it is a race to 7 in the first frame of the match for a place in the final. Ibra nil, Habib nil, race to 7. I've just been saying momentarily that Ibra is having the best spell of form that he has enjoyed in the last 1 year plus. Just 1 year ago, he did win one of the biggest comps, actually the biggest of his career, the Grand Michana Open. He did follow it up by reaching the final of yet another comp, almost equally big, the Billiards Cafe Double Elimination competition that happened in Zambia. He then came back to the country of Uganda and won an 8-man comp that was organized at Dice Lounge around the month of October, early October last year, when he did beat Caesar in the final. But since then, he has not been performing to his known level at all. And that was a period that cut across a spell of about 7, maybe 9 months plus. And for all that while, all he could talk about was reaching the prize bracket of some comps, losing out in 3 finals of weekly comps until very early this month when he won a monthly comp that was organized at the Mango Shed in Busega in Kampala after defeating Lubulo Simon the computer in the final. He did follow that up with another comp one, this time 64 players, the Star Shooters 64-man competition that did have Maluva and Eshka from Zimbabwe in participation. And on that day, he did defeat Zimbabwe's Eshka Chimbwanda in the final in a race to 7. It ended 7-2. He's trying to make it a second tournament in a row in which he's winning, as long as he can beat Habib and then try to win the final. He could be number 1 yet again for a second time in a row, something that has not happened in a very, very long while. But for a minute, I am going to mute the audio and then try to install the noise filtering microphone just to keep the video safe from all this music in the background. Also, in the meantime, if you've been following Ugandan football for quite a good while, you may remember that in the year 2020, as a very young Ibra, if I'm not mistaken, he was around 19, he did decide to handicap almost the whole of the country of Uganda besides 4 players, that is Mansour and Caesar and Kasozo Joseph and Setumba Joffre, the guy who is now in Zambia. He said every other Ugandan who may be interested is free to have a race with no black handicap, where all players were only supposed to put their object balls and leave the black on table and then win the game. He did win the majority of the games, the matches, including matches against top players like Alfred Gomekiza, like Amos Ndiagumanawi, like Alan Nsubuga, like Isaac Sebufu. And yes, even like Ibrahim Kayanja at some point, that one ended 1-1. But one of only 2 players who refused to give up to that offer, who did beat Ibra a combined total of 5 times. As Ivan Moronji, who did win those races with actually twice, and then Ibra was defeated thrice by HABIB. Since then, that offer has disappeared in thin air. HABIB has also beaten Ibra a few times, by the way, in tournaments like this one, in full matches with no head starter or no such kind of handicap, of course. Ibra has also had a fair share of victories against HABIB. The fans are starting to like what they see of Ibra. The 4 guys who are left in the tournament, or will I say 3 of the 4 are without doubt the best players in the tournament according to their performances: Ibra and Hazard and HABIB. There's one player whom I know has counted on some luck from mistakes of his opponents to make it this far. That is Joseph Kasozi. Not really at his best, but he's in the money, he's in the semi-finals. Ibra going for 2, backspin, just like that. Accurate. This one he could even put it with his eyes closed. Ibra 2, HABIB 0, rest to 7.
Allow me to appreciate Charlie Peter. Thank you so much for the live streaming. Asante sana. Allow me to appreciate my manager Mark. Yakoze ko kubyokuli ebyokunywa. Okay. Semi-final 2, it will be between Lukawa Azan playing Kasozi Yosefu.
By the way, HABIB is that player who is described by fellow top players as the player with the best break in the country. Today the break is denying him. If Ibra is shooting as good as he's been shooting in this tournament so far, and you are an opponent and you put a white ball on the break, you want to see that this is going to be 3-0 in the next 2 minutes or so. Sometimes it's very unpredictable. Even when he goes for an apple, he makes it a slow apple. Intention is noted to free his yellow and then go for the yellows. All of them in perfect space. The black ball in perfect space. This should be 3-0. That one was a little bit too much of the white. A game of fine margins pool is especially when two players are competing against each other. Ibra now finds himself in some kind of trouble. Thank you for watching. Blessings Mwezi supporting Ibra. Mahad Bukenya is asking where Mansour is. He didn't participate today. Eric Menega also supporting Ibra. While we Mr. Fred, do you think Ibra is a coward by not having a money match with Maluva, who you call a small boy? He's not a small, maybe small in age, but a very good pool player. But be sure that Ibra has no fear for either of those players. In fact, he was the big favorite to win both money matches against both Eshka and Maluva. It is an opportunity he threw away by simply being late, but there is plan for the money match or money matches between Eshka and Maluva to happen when the Grand Mchana Open is done in Nairobi in October. Karim Abuya doesn't understand what the guy you call captain is playing. HABIB, of course, is calling him so because he's the current captain of the Uganda national men's team, the national team, the Pool Queens. An honor he has held for 2 years now, so far with no significant success in terms of accolades for the team. The Uganda national team did finish in 5th position in the World Cup that was organized in South Africa last year on a log of 11 teams.
Thank you so much for the support.
King Moda supporting the kid. Thank you for watching. Xavier MF. Francis Rugambaji is watching from Isingiro in Kasubi. That is madness. HABIB has to be very careful. This game is starting to drift away from him. Ibra is going 3 games up. If Ibra wins 2 or maybe 2 more games in a row, you will see no way past HABIB and does what he should supposed to do. Time up. HABIB nil, Ibra
3. I remember, and HABIB knocked out Ibra. It was just much. Okay. Chirichitia.
But we can be chatting just a little bit. Clement Mapoma, you said this is your favorite hobby? I don't know whether you're referring to playing or watching. I don't think watching is a hobby. Okay, it's a hobby. Abesula, hello to you. Shout out to you, Emma Pro. You want me to greet Rutura? And you are in Dubai. Rutura didn't travel today. Dennis Monroe. Gacheru Muta. Godwin Nyelenda supporting Ibra. It seems everybody who is watching is an Ibra fan. Okay. Farai Chibaro. Bada Benadi. Mesha. Gao Madimo. You are calling Ibra Mr. Chicken out. You think he chickened out of the match with Eshka? The guy just came late and not early enough to have the match, and Eshka's management did cancel out the entire engagement. Charity Andrew, you want to think that Ibra is now the favorite for the tournament? I don't know about that. The same tournament has Kasozi and Hazard.
Rest is 7. Rest is 7.
As well as Habib, he's down but not yet out. Anything can still happen. Babali Rogers watching from Qatar. Welcome to the stream. Godwin Nyirenda. You think that Ibra is something else, okay? Alan, you call Ibra your role model. I don't know if you play pool. Karim Abia, you think the table is so bad? I think the pockets are so welcoming of balls that are played slowly. But outside of that being so favorable to offensive players who play quite slow, the table, outside of being so kind, the table is well leveled, balanced, and has a quality tablecloth. And the King Mother, you think it will be Ibra versus Hazard in the final? Let's wait and see. Thank you for watching. James Kasumba always watching, and Atin Vendetta also supporting Manimed. By the way, Manimed is Ibra's nickname. He named himself Mayweather as a very young boy because he was a childhood fan of the American great boxer Floyd Mayweather. And he did name his management team the Manimed team because Floyd Mayweather's management team was also called the Money Made team. Nowadays, the nickname he fancies the most is the Killer. He says he's always killing his opponents away, and he wants to kill Habib right now. Ivan Federa, go away. Zakeli Dlamini is asking when the Mchana Open is supposed to happen. The Grand Mchana Open is scheduled for October this year. 3 months away. Yes, Kasumba James, you are right. A player like Caesar may not participate in the Grand Mchana Open. It will be so expensive. I can give you an imagination. Caesar is meant to participate in the ultimate pool in Morocco. Now an air ticket to Morocco is $2,000 US. So he plans Caesar. After the Ultimate Pool Championship, there is another championship at the very end of October, still in Morocco, the African Championship for Hayball. So if he's to participate in the Grand Mchana Open, he has to go to and from Morocco, then participate in the Grand Mchana Open, then fly back to Morocco for the African Hayball Championships. It will be too expensive. Maybe it will need him to cost him more than what he would need if he were to win one of those big comps. So it is unnecessarily expensive. The idea may be to go to Morocco for Ultimate Pool and then stay in the country, miss the Mchana Open and wait for the Hayball African Championships. That is the idea, that is the plan of his management team, the Advanced Talent Agents. Sometimes you forego some and you participate in some, just like he's missing the one you are watching because he's participating in the Hayball Masters Series in China. Yes, you can only eat what is on your plate. You cannot eat everything.
Okay, now Ibra is back. We're back into action for our semi-final one. Semi-final one.
Thank you for watching. Justus Katureve
will be going through, but Ibra is leading 3-0. Let's see who will take it all.
Yes, Kasumba James. Players are back. Games resume with the fourth. Ibra to break. King Moda, I think you're a fan of Ibra. You say you're happy to see his form getting back. One thing I do agree with you is that there are glimpses of his best pull, and it has been the case for the last 2 months. The issue has been consistency. If he can win this comp, I will start to think that even his consistency is back, because he will have made it 2 comps in a row for the first time in a very, very long time. Another clearance is loading as long as he can put and open the only dead ball touching the rail near the center pocket, which he does. I'm not so sure he gets it in a favorable position enough. Seems to have gotten himself out of one situation and only to get himself into another situation in the same shot. That shot was just 5% inaccurate. And I think HABIB will now be fancying his chances of winning this one, because Ibra now has 2 dead red balls. And the red balls are the only ones he can see, he can play right now. Charity Andrew, you want me to update you about Ibra's rankings in Uganda? The only ranking that is available of these players is the ranking done by the Pool Association of Uganda, and it is based only on tournaments organized by the Pool Association of Uganda. For instance, this tournament is not organized by the association, therefore it doesn't count for ranking. For the tournaments that are organized by the Pool Association, last year Ibra is the 8th ranked player for this year. And it is the first time in a very long while that HABIB drops out of the top 8. He has a chance here, HABIB, to pull one back. He's having a mountain to climb, by the way. Going 3-0 down against a player this good, trying to win 7 games before he wins 4 more out of 10 games left, including this one. And after this one, it will be Joseph Kasozi and Hazard on the same page.
Special thanks goes to all the people that were behind Kasilu. That is where when he was starting his career playing pool. Thank you so much. May God bless you as well.
Big player Habib is. This year he has already won one big comp of the Pula Station of Uganda, the Grand Open Championship, organized in the month of April at Kasba in Kampala. He did take down Joseph Kasozi in the final in a decider, 9-8. And how on earth you try so hard to play some difficult shots, then you miss a shot that easy? When it is the semi-final, when you are up against Ibra, when Ibra is leading 3-0, that is not acceptable. James Kasumba wants the requirements for someone to qualify for HABIB African Championship. It will be open. Participation will be open to all. As long as you can beat the registration deadline, as long as you can facilitate your own air travel and meals and accommodation. I do think that some players will be given some
current rankings for 2024.
Some support, especially the top players, as seconded by their respective countries.
In position number 1, we have Kasozi Yosefu with 20 points. Position number 2 is the team captain, Seruzi Habib.
More blessings it is a Rochelle Trading Center where this tournament is at Pentagon Bar. Not too much money to win, and of course a little bit affordable for organizers. So it is $1,000 being shared out by the semi-finalists, and some little money for the quarter-finalists. All part of the $1,000. I guess they are playing it for 2 days.
The Pau Grand Open, but the guy is in position number 3. Muchifo ekyokuna tulinamu Senenyo Glorious. Muchifo ekyokutaano tulinamu Lukoma Azam in position number 5. And in position number 6, we have a guy who did turn up called one.
I won't say that shot was good enough because the white ball is almost frozen against the Christian. Habib, having mastered this step, I think will be going for the corner pocket, maybe the center pocket. Goes for the center and gets the target. Habib 1, Ibra 3. Rest to 7 for a place in the final to take on the winner between Kasozi and Hazard.
So for some of the notables that you will ask, Sejemba is in position 10, Muhira Kele position 11, Kawali Momo Kayanda Ibra position 14, 18, Kazoria, 19 is Mahija Peter. I'm looking for some person from Uganda. Ivan Morunchi, position number 29. Ivan Morunchi, number 29. Same applies to we in general. All those guys have only one point. The rest have only 1 point, and they're trying to do their best to come up. So, those are the current rankings. So, think about your player, they should pull up their stockings. Agamba Chiko. Toku mwachana sikula bamukoma. Yafuta mwana ya maka na ngoku cheka musebe je Kampala. Our customers, you most welcome. Please feel at home.
It's starting to look more like it for Habib. I want to think that he's really mastered this table, by the way. And that is part of performance. You master your game, you master your opponent's game, you also master the table and play it to your strengths. He needs a big backspin here, not a very big one. And he wouldn't have played it any better. I'm sure, and you are sure, and he's sure that he's sinking in that red ball to the corner pocket top left. The question is now is how to find his white ball. His stance is such that he wants to put the black ball. If he puts to the corner pocket, at the pocket where he's standing right now, he'll need to move the white ball rightwards. I think he has done so. I think also in a normal shot the white ball is safe because it would have been unsafe putting to the corner pocket, but he can use Ibra's yellow as support. He will play as slow as the word slow itself. Didn't play slow, nonetheless on target, and pulls one back. We have now a game on. Ibra 3, Habib 2. And an apple. Hey. Battle after the tournament, we'll have some small challenges. It is quite likely that this match is being cast on big screen, giant screen at Roxbury Chiwanga, the home of Ibra's management team, but I also think that this match is also being cast on large screen at Itano Bar and Restaurant in Mokono, the venue which, by the way, is managed by Habib. Habib has grown to blacks. I went to that venue about 2 weeks ago. That is when I realized Habib is actually a boss. A very popular lad Habib is among his fellow players. He's the one guy who doesn't have so many fans, but fans of other players have no issues with him because of the way he conducts himself on and especially off the table. He looks like a very young man. When you look at him, you can easily take him to be a mid-20s guy. He looks like a 25-year-old, 26. The guy is in his mid-30s as we speak. And already a father of 2 beautiful daughters. And his opponent is a father, by the way, Ibra. So lots of reasons to play for it. Besides being a decent player in himself, one thing I like to say is that Habib, of all players, if you have been watching this tournament, is the one who has mastered this table the most and uses it to his advantage. Don't forget we are live on Break and Finish Facebook. But that shot will not be effective enough. He is clearly in trouble. He can only see one ball, which is not easily portable. It could be a tempting shot to try and play combination shot, put both yellow and red to the corner pocket on the left, but it is very risky. Maybe try a sharp cut of the yellow ball diagonally to the corner pocket on the top of your screen on the left. Maybe it is the best option of a shot. I thought there was no space there for Habib to pass the ball, but he has just shown you why I think he's the guy who has mastered this table the best. He finds his yellow. Will he pot? No, he won't. Advantage. Ibra. Guy has got a very lucky opportunity here, not because of his own brilliance, but the fault of the table and a stroke of luck here. And just like that, it is now 3-all between Habib and Ibra.
Championship yaffe esose ate basuubira tujja kukolayo endala ate n'abazannyi bonna abamanyi kyebakomyewo agamba ki senior coordinator Chris Kyalankunda coordination yagezaako okugikola okulanga abazannyi bambi.
It is the second time in the same match that the guy who is supposed to have the best break in the country is potting the white ball on the break instead. 2 visits, advantage Ibra. There is no reason as why he cannot finish off this game. Call it the yellow game, call it the red game. There is no single bad ball on the table. 7 reds, 7 yellows, and the black, all in perfect space. This should be 4-3 for Ibra. Habib knows it, that he's losing this frame. He spread the ball so well on the break, only to be let down by the white ball, or you may call it carelessness on his bit of controlling the white ball as he did break his game. Ibra is one player who doesn't really need the mechanical bridge when the white ball is so close to object balls. He knows how to manipulate his body around such situations. And the rest, I like to say, is a formality. No prizes for guessing what is happening. What is happening next? Support of the black. Ibra 4, HABIB 3. So one thing that is happening the way it normally doesn't happen is the fact that Ibra is matching with HABIB, and Ibra who is having the better breaks so far. Normally when these two guys go against each other, it is the opposite. It is HABIB who is breaking better and Ibra feeding off crumbs. This time it is the exact opposite in the match, at least so far. So the rest of the tournament is being played on one table, apart from the third place match. After this one, we are going to have the semi-final, the second semi-final on the second table between Kasozi and Hazard, and thereafter, the final shall be played alongside the losers match, the third place match, which is the only other match that will be played on the second table that we are using in this tournament. The argument between the two players is whether HABIB is seeing one of his reds or not. I don't even know what they have agreed between themselves. Nonetheless, HABIB finds his ball and they go shots, whichever the case was.
Championship Edition 1 2024. Azanya Sejemba Ibra. Sejemba Ibra yamba mchele kwa Roxbury. Atese kuza vipi yamba lego Acqui Fashions. Acqui Fashions abone wali jinja, ewa designer wali jinja bakolambo ewa tundeko bali ya Roxbury bara eli kuchwanga yetimu Sejemba Ibra mwazanya wa mune kasi Josefu ne Lukoma Azali.
If Ibra can see the yellow ball which is so close to the red, then you think that this one will be a game gone for HABIB if he can put it in a normal shot. Two chances being given away cheaply for both of the players against each other. Quite unbelievable. It looks like in the end Ibra is taking the advantage in this frame. It looks as good as gone. Thank you for watching. Ibrahim Mawangwa seems to be supporting Ibra.
Some good performance from some good dancers. We have some
Karim Abuya. Ivan SK is asking about the race.
So please don't go away.
The race is described in the video heading. It is race to 8. It's over 400 of us watching, and yet over around only 50 have liked. Let's make it about half of the viewers liking the video. If you've not, just such that YouTube can recommend it, this same video, to other viewers near and far. One thing I know about Ibra is his ability to manipulate his very small body in the most distant areas around the table. It is one thing I keep on asking myself, how he finds himself doing it very ably, and we are about to witness that unfolding in our eyes.
The national pool league fixture is out.
He draws the white ball backwards,
And on 4th of August, we have
but too much energy for his liking. He gets himself snookered. He knows he's probably losing this frame. He finds the red, but even finding it will not be good enough. Advantage, Habib.
Chireka Singers Pool Club will be hosting Chireka Pool Club. Then Greater Mukono Pool Club will be playing on Issa City. Then tonight we'll be playing Club 408. And Toronto Tigers will be hosting Roxbury. So that is a tentative fixture that was released. Could be 2 days back. So players take note. The senior league will resume on 4th of August. So kindly take note, take note. Thank you.
It's a lovely piece of skill. He'll probably need exactly the same shot, but this time drawing the white ball furtherwards a little more. The shot is too straight. In a straight shot, he will want to get the white ball backwards to near the position where it is now. He moves it a little further, but it is okay. This one is becoming 4-4. It is now becoming a race to 3. And yes, it is Habib 4, Ibra 4. Race to 7, too tight now, too close, too unpredictable, too painful to whoever will lose this match. Winner qualifies for the final to take on either Kasozi or Hazard. Loser drops to the 3rd place match, where he will be playing the loser of the 2nd semi-final.
Nenga Kerebu bambi bwe bali kuzanya walaza omukiro omulungi Kerebu teri awakana ojjeko Franka nti
now Habib starts behaving like he normally behaves. He's one player who is so synonymous with that negative break of his. His intention was just to have a legal break, not spread the balls enough, and then have a technical game played out here. And you wouldn't blame him so much because the break has not been coming his way. He has broken twice, spotting the white ball and losing those games consequently. It is a little change of tactics here. It is now tactical. Okay, the video shows the rest to 8, but I want to correct that it's the rest to 7. It will be edited when the video is not live anymore. Habib closes the table, playing yellows. And you want to think that the game will be won by the player who manipulates the situation. Over 3 yellows and 4 reds around the black ball take his advantage. And it's exactly what Habib is trying to do right now. Alan Bakwanama, thank you for watching. You want to see the mighty Kansanga Pool Club? This is not a club match, it is a single life competition. King Moda is asking about the whereabouts of Mansour. Mansour has not been very active, but he's fine. Eh? He did win a comp, by the way, a 64-man competition. The day Ibra won a tournament that was organized at Star Shooters exactly 7 days ago, there was a parallel tournament that was happening in Fort Portal in Western Uganda. It was won by Mansour. It had players who were coward enough to run away from the most senior comp in Kampala, Mansour Pacquiao, Ivan Murungi amongst others, and Mansour came out top in the final. Dennis Kosh is asking if Caesar has returned from up country. You mean up country? Caesar is in China, still participating in the World HABIB Masters Series. He's dropped to the losers bucket today, and if I'm not mistaken, he should be having his second life match tomorrow, because the main draw starts on Tuesday. You will have to try and qualify from the losers side.
So kindly take note. Let's try your neighbor. You side and side. Okay. Asaba kukola omusanvu yagenda ku finals. Kingo webale kubeerawo paka kuwulira bubi. I know you're learning something from this game. You're learning something, I can testify.
Habib's negative break has paid off. He dictated the pace of the game. He made it a slow, technical, tactical frame, and he has not allowed Ibra to put a single ball in the game. He leads for the first time in the match. Habib 5, Ibra 4, rest to 7. Thank you, Javan. When you're watching from Kenya, you say you'll shake my hand the moment you come to Uganda. I hope you come when there is a comp, because that's where you'll more likely than not find me. It was not an illegal break. The thing is, as long as 2 balls cross the imaginary center, the imaginary middle of the table, then the break is okay if the player didn't pot a ball on the break, and as long as the white ball is not potted. And yet after Habib winning a game by the negative break, Ibra returns with a dry break. The game is starting to drift slowly in favor of Habib. The guy who went 3-0 down has since won 5 games, and Ibra winning 1. Thank you for the information, Kate Banks.
And you are still with us till the last
from Team The Scorpion advises that Caesar will be playing at 1 p.m. East African time tomorrow, midday Southern African time in Zambia and Zimbabwe and South Africa, 1 p.m. in Qatar and Doha. And is there anyone who doubts the fact that this is seemingly a red apple by the guy who is the captain of the Uganda national pole team? Player with Scrap Buyers Pool Club in the Uganda Pool League. Who is showing so many attributes of his game in this short race to 7. His break, his solutions to problems, his offensive game, his technical game, his change of game approach when things are not going right, his ability to make a comeback against a player as formidable as Ibra. Habib is showing it to us all and in real time. And if he wins this game, I want to think that he will be a deserved winner. By the movement of the white ball, I want to think that he'll want to put both yellow and black, maybe to the same corner pocket, bottom right of your screen. A very important shot, this one. He plays it as good as the word good itself. I actually didn't see that coming. In a normal shot, he would have wanted to put both black in and that previous yellow to the same pocket, but for the second time in 2 games, he's potting all his balls without Ibra potting any. Habib 6, Ibra 4. 3 games left. Ibra needs them all, or else his tournament stops at the semi-finals. Timeout for Ibra. In a very special way, I want to welcome a very rare guest on the stream. Watching from China, you are welcome, Mr. Chandiga Caesar.
Okay. Time out for Ibra. tuiza kwendereza hiyo kujja kusanga etambula. Kuli mukaganya lukyali mukaganya tebirina bwe bakyazanya. They are still playing paka omwana kakola omusango. Naye kati bebaliza bonna bebaleke kwagala Pentagon for the support. Bakasanfa abalungi mwebali nnyo. Tubagane management ya Pentagon tukyaza mwebaleke tukyaza. Naye ebifu byonna abasobola okusuza. I'm told there's a place called Green. Is it Green what? Green Gardens, Green Road. Namwe mwebali nnyo. Thank you so much. Don't forget we have some entertainment tonight. Please don't miss out the entertainment tonight. Sagaros, wait. I think I'm going to be here. The Uganda Senior League only will be able to show this. Will be distributed, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And if I can tell you the games start. We'll have volleyball club hosting coaches. I don't know their thing. Scrub Lions playing open shooters. That will be Wakaliga, Western. We play billiards, but everyone in Upper Puri as well. What they want. Upper Malta PC will be playing Ali's School Club. Sika's School Club, that is my team, will be playing Choraka School Club. Then Greater Mukono PC will be playing Piso City. Tonight will be playing Black 08 and Toronto Tigers will be playing on Roxbury. Kindly take note, take note. Thank you.